To a story we've been covering extensively. Just in the last hour, the Independence Police Department announced an ongoing administrative investigation into the officers involved in deaths of a mother and child last November. Maria Pike and 2-month-old Destiny died at the Oval Springs apartments in November after police responded to a domestic disturbance at their unit. An Independence police officer shot them after Pike lunged at the officer with a large knife while she was holding the baby.
No charges were filed against the officer, with Jackson County Prosecutor Melissa Johnson releasing a statement on the decision last week that says, in part, "We recognize the profound loss suffered by the families and our entire community, and frankly wish that circumstances were handled differently. However, that is not the role of this committee or this office. Rather, our review of this incident is ethically and legally limited to determining only whether criminal charges are appropriate."
Independence Police held a press conference today on that shooting. That's where we find KSHB 41 News reporter Abby Dodge. Abby, what do we know now?
Hey, Sarah and Kevin. We heard for the first time since just a few days after the shooting from Chief of Police Adam Dustman. We also, for the first time, heard the names of the officers involved. The officer who shot his weapon, killing Maria Pike and her 2-month-old baby Destiny, was Officer Jordan White. Now, his partner, who was also in the room, Officer Chad Cox. They also called for a third officer to help them. That officer's name is Derek Carr. Officers White and Cox are still on administrative leave. Carr is back working here at IPD. Chief Adam Dustman says he does not expect any wrongdoing to be found during this internal affairs investigation, but he does feel for the family.
I understand why they would feel that way. I understand how they look at this, and it's more harmful because they feel like, that this was not a just outcome because of the loss of life here that they're dealing with. And I do sympathize with that. My heart goes out to them. Chief
Dustman walked members of the press through elements of the body camera footage we haven't seen yet. Dustman says he plans to release the full recordings from the officers' body cams to every news media outlet. As we heard from the prosecutor almost a week ago, Dustman reiterated that officers can't be charged based on hindsight. He said it took just a few seconds between Pike picking up the knife and when Officer White fired his weapon.
You know, when you are faced with deadly force, we respond accordingly in accordance with their firearms training and best practices, and that's exactly what they did.
Chief Dustman says he does not have a timeline for when that administrative investigation will wrap up. Live from Independence, Abby Dodge, KSHB 41 News.
Thank you, Abby. And I know you'll continue to follow this story as more updates are provided.